Do you have financial goals each month? Ooh, yes I do.
The greatest.
We're here, Tenerife, so we're gonna go hit the strip, innit? Lava, something. Few drinks. Yeah, few drinks.
See, now that's some bullshit.
The next day.
Oh, had a few too many drinks yesterday. Hungover as fuck. What's happening, guys? How we doing? I'm gonna run through your questions today in a bit of a different setting at the beach in Tenerife. I thought it'd be nice to get the sea in the background so you can all, if you hate my voice, you can all at least see the sea and feel content whilst watching it. So I'm gonna run through your questions that you've been asking on my Instagram stories. I said I was gonna ask some questions, so we're gonna do a Q&A all the way from Tenerife today, and I'm gonna be answering all your questions. First question I got asked was, where are you from and why did you move to Scotland? So that's a good question, personal question. I moved up to Scotland, when did I move up? I've been up and down for about 6 years, but moved permanently a few years ago, 4 years ago, something like that. Absolutely love it. Hopefully you can hear me, by the way. Absolutely love it up in Scotland, and yeah, I definitely see myself there for life now. Businesses there, life's there. The reason I moved up was I met Louise in Ayia Napa, worked a season over there when I was 19, and yeah, we met and then met in Manchester when we got back, and then kind of went from there. It was long distance for a while, and then one of us had to move either way, so it was me, and then I fell into a job after university up here, and then that was me ready to, well, realise that I wanted to be self-employed, be a PT, and that's where my business has grown up in Glasgow now, up in Scotland. So I absolutely love the place, and it's definitely where I'll be for the rest of my life, I think, unless I move somewhere like this. This would be amazing, but yeah, this is a dream. I'd love to have a house or a holiday home somewhere like this in Tenerife. Just I've always said I wanted to live near the water. So for me, somewhere like this would just be amazing. What made you want to become a PT and coach? That's a good question. I was always into fitness from when I was younger, and I've always liked sports. I played a bit of football when I was younger. Wow, that was a close wave. I played football when I was younger, and I was always good at PE and things like that, but I was also really good at science. I ended up studying science at university, but I soon realised I was good at it, but it wasn't what I enjoyed, and I wanted to pursue my passion, and I just enjoyed listening to people and building relationships with people. It's something that I enjoy. I thrive on that. So being a PT for me, helping other people become better versions of themselves, was such a good avenue, a good route to go down, and one that I'm really glad I did. Do you know what I mean? If I didn't do that now and I was still at my old job, I'm not saying I'd be in a bad place, but I'd be, it just wouldn't be fulfilling me. I think the words I'm looking for, there'd be no fulfillment there. So actually doing this every single day, I feel fulfilled. And I mean, look where I am now. Yes, it's holiday and everyone gets holidays, but I've been able to book this last minute because I am self-employed and I manage my own time. But yeah, so I just enjoy it. It's a fulfilling job and something that I want to continue growing. I think the past couple of years, just over now, have just gone insane. Like the amount of my business has grown, and how I've grown as a person, and the amount of people I've met from not knowing anyone is just amazing. So yeah, it's a career I'd recommend if you're into it. It's hard work though. It's not just 9 to 5 in the gym or 8 till 4, whatever. It's long hours because you're on this half the time, responding to people, WhatsApps, DMs, emails, thinking about new projects. Income's different, do you know what I mean? It's not like your 9 to 5 where you're waiting for that one day a week and waiting for that one day a month and getting paid there. You get paid irregularly, so that was a big thing I had to adapt to, but used to that now. And yeah, just you're always on the go and you're always looking to do more, really. So someone said to me, what will help me when I'm craving fast food? So when you're craving fast foods, why not try and incorporate like fakeaways and things like that, things that are a bit more flexible, still calorie controlled, that are going to help you stick to your diet long term. Do you know what I mean? I like to say to my clients to include things like chocolates and things that they like, that I know that if they have a small amount of that, it's going to stop them binging long term and completely throw them off the wagon. You can incorporate fast food, but you've also got to think, how does it make you feel afterwards? You're not going to feel great. So yeah, have a think about that. Like, it's achievable and you can still lose weight. I think someone did a study where they only ate McDonald's for like a week and they still lost weight. So you can lose weight, of course you can, but you don't feel good, do you, after you've had it? So just factor that in. At the end of the day, it does come down to calories, fat loss and muscle building as well. But the better food you eat, the better you're going to feel, the better you're going to perform, the better you're going to sleep, the better you're going to recover, the better everything. This made me laugh. When you train clients' glutes to make that peachy bum, is this in a fat loss phase or growth? I always train clients lower body glutes focused anyway, whether they're in a fat loss phase or muscle building phase. That comes down to calories in versus calories out. If you're in a calorie surplus, you're more likely to build muscle. If you're in a fat loss phase, calorie deficit, you're more likely to lose fat. So that predominantly comes down to diet, movement. I'll always still train them the same. The strength may dip when they're in a fat loss phase, in a calorie deficit, but that's totally normal. You're eating less, your energy is probably going to be a bit lower, your performance is going to dip a little bit, but I still train them the same. We're maybe not hitting PBs, but we still train exactly the same. Someone said to me, should you have bruising from hip thrusts? No, like, everyone's different, remember. Some people bruise easily, some people don't. If you find that you're bruising and you've got the actual hip thrust pad on, make sure it's velcroed up properly so it's not going through to the bar, but also wrap a towel around it as well, or wrap like a t-shirt or a jumper around it as well, and that's going to help you considerably as well. So I do have clients that have bruises that I bruise easily if I've not done them for ages. Let's say I'm squatting as well, or even just hip thrusting. I do mark, but once you get used to it, it tends to be less and less. So but as long as you're using padding, that's all you can do. It shouldn't be causing too much harm. How long would you have a female client on a bulk for to grow decent muscle? So to grow decent muscle, it's a lot longer than fat loss. So anyone that I've had who's in a muscle building phase, it takes a while, it's a lot longer. It can be anything from 3 months to 12 months and longer, do you know what I mean? The longer you're willing to stick at it and enjoy the higher calories, the more muscle you're going to build overall. So take your time with it and enjoy the process, enjoy having more food, more energy, better performance in the gym, better sleep, everything. And then when you're ready to reveal what's underneath, so to speak, you may gain a few pounds of fat when you're in a muscle building phase, but once you learn to accept that that is going to help you long term, think long term, not just short term all the time, you're going to see better results. You're going to have a good end result at the end of it once you've gone through a fat loss phase afterwards. So following on from that, how do I stay positive during this corona period of time? Someone said it is for me taking time to myself. My morning routine is a big thing for me, and just taking time not to on my phone in the morning, reading a book, gratitude lists, they help a lot. I have a gratitude list at home, what I write down what I'm grateful for and what I want to achieve that day. That helps considerably, so that's something I definitely recommend. Try and just stay organised. I use Google Calendar and I stay on top of things that way. It helps considerably, just being a lot more organised and just better managing my time, and it makes me less stressed. I get quite overwhelmed quite easily, which a lot of people probably don't know that, but I do. And yeah, just managing my time better helps so much. So another question I've got is belts. Are they needed when lifting? I'm not a beginner in any way, but also not a pro. I feel daft though. Belts can be a great addition to your lifts and help support your spine and your lower back muscles, and just I'm trying to think whenever I've won a belt, I feel tighter and safer when I'm going heavier weights, but I'm not a powerlifter. Powerlifters, you'll see use them all the time because they're going for the 1 rep maxes, but generally it depends on your goals. I don't really think you need one if your training is more like a bodybuilding split, where maybe you're doing 10 reps, 12 reps, 15 reps. That sort of weight that you're lifting at them reps, you're not going to need a belt. So to be honest with you, I'd say no, you don't actually need one. But yeah, don't feel daft wearing one. If you want to wear one, fucking wear one, do you know what I mean? Like, wear what you want. Like, this whole feeling daft in a gym, I know people aren't comfortable all the time in a gym setting, and there's gym anxiety and people don't know where stuff is when they start a new gym. But yeah, don't fear wearing a belt. If you want to try it, try one, do you know what I mean? Use one and see if it benefits you. If you're lifting heavier, go for it. Someone's put, yeah, this is another thing people won't know. I used to work in Bray Heads Foot Asylum. How many years ago now? 3, 4 maybe. No, 3-ish, something like that. Before I went travelling, basically. So I worked there, saved up money, and then just buggered off to Australia, Southeast Asia for 6 months, which was amazing. So yeah, that was. Would I rather work in Foot Asylum the rest of my life or never train again? Oof, that is a horrible question. I love training, so I'd have to train again and work in Foot Asylum. Yeah, so fuck, the training makes me feel good, so that is a horrible question, Matthew, for that. Cheers. Lauren has asked, what would you say to the beginners that were a bit hesitant to sign up to the Fat Loss Project? So MTN Coaching run a Fat Loss Project and a growth project. You're going to get everything you need there. You're going to learn so much, so don't be hesitant to sign up. You'll learn literally so much at a reduced cost of a trainer, an online coach, and then that can hopefully feed you into online coaching, where you're going to get more in-depth work with a coach and take you to that next level. But it's a great starting point, and from what you've said there, you're a beginner, so I think it's fantastic. You're going to get daily emails, daily advice, daily information, and everything given to you in ebooks that you need to have a successful fat loss phase on your journey. So yeah, go for it. Someone's asked, Emma has asked, what is the biggest struggle of being a personal trainer? So, biggest struggle, I would say for me right now, is I have to be working towards something. So for me to be excited about work, I have to have some like form of project going on, like the Glutes challenge I've just set up. That was a big thing for me to set up and get my classes back up and running, and hopefully we'll get some transformations in December from that. So just something to work towards, otherwise I do hit a bit of a lull and I'm not as motivated. So I suppose that depends who you are. Some people are very satisfied with how everything's going and where their life is, but I'm just someone who always wants more. And as I've said with YouTube and stuff, I want this to grow and become one of the things that I'm good at, because I'm not right now. So yeah, there's a lot of struggles in different ways really. I'd say another struggle for me is the overwhelmed side. I feel like without Google Calendar and without organising my time, I do get quite overwhelmed with how much work I've got and how many people have messaged me and how many responses I've got to do, and yeah, that's a big struggle. And one other thing I would say in terms of being a personal trainer that's a struggle is switching off for me. So I say to everyone, turn your phone off an hour before bed. It's very easy when you love your work to carry on working. So I sometimes find I'm on my phone late at night when I really shouldn't be, do you know what I mean? So just turning my phone off that hour before bed helps a lot. By the way guys, I'm doing this all pretty hungover, so I think I'm doing quite well. I might be saying a lot, but I'm hungover. But I think the sea behind me is keeping me motivated, you know. So some good questions, by the way. Someone's put here, does Slimming World work? Controversial answer, but yes it does. Of course it does, because you're probably getting a lot of people who aren't used to eating healthier food sources, and they're going from unhealthy to healthy. They've got a supportive group, they're going in, they're getting weighed. Of course you're gonna lose weight, do you know what I mean? If if you're making those changes, simple changes, you're moving more and you're eating better, you're going to feel better and you're probably going to lose weight. At the end of the day, it does come down to calories. The one flaw that I find with that is the whole sins, I think it's called. I think it's called that. Could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, it does come down to calories, fat loss, so you can't really ignore that. So I think that, from what I know, is a flaw, but I've got no qualms against Slimming World. I think it's done great for a lot of people. My mum's done it in the past and she done really well, so it is what it is, isn't it? You choose, everyone's got like a community that they follow. You've got CrossFit, you've got Slimming World, everyone's likes to be part of a community, and some people love it, so why not do it? Someone's asked me, can I help them get lean? Yes, I can. That is my answer. Yes, I can. Absolutely. Working from home and it's so hard to get my steps in help. So you're working from home, you probably sat down a lot more, but this is such a simple answer, and you just need to get up and walk around your house. Walk on the spot a lot more. Like, start walking more, just start moving around your house, up and down the stairs, whatever it may be. Run on the spot, be on your phone, walking around, doing whatever. The main thing is you just get up that bit more and start walking. If you can't leave your house, your laptop or whatever on. Taking regular breaks as well, I think will help a lot in terms of your movement. Just taking it a 5-10 minute break every half an hour, 60 minutes is going to help you a lot. So that's something to do as well. In terms of your steps outside, maybe when you finish work, when the laptop's closed, get outside, get on a walk, and take half an hour to an hour to get your steps up. Steps is the easiest form of exercise for fat loss. It's not going to dip much into your energy stores, you're not going to feel fatigued after, and you're going to see great results. It's the hidden tool to fat loss in my opinion. Just get up and get moving more. Someone's put here, going back to my waiting list, they've put, do you have a waiting list for one-to-one, or are you available for online coaching? I do have a waiting list for one-to-one that is very long, unless you're very flexible and can fit between 7 AM and 12 noon, midday, then I can't work with you really. That's the only times I do. I can work with you online obviously, that way, that's always an option. But in terms of one-to-one, that's my hours, 7 till 12. I don't work weekends. And yeah, I sound like I don't really work when I say that, but as I said earlier, I'm so busy, like with other projects and tasks and being on my laptop all the time. And yeah, it's not an easy job, let me tell you. But I love it. Tried to do this earlier, yesterday, and it failed. That's about the best I've got. What personality qualities does a good client have? That is a mad question. I've trained people with all kinds of different personalities. That's a deep question, isn't it? All different kinds of personalities I've trained clients with, and in terms of what like an ideal client would be, I think that's where we're heading with this. It's they'd be committed from the offset, they'd know what they want from the offset, they've got goals in place, they've set goals, and they're willing to see it through long term. Someone was videoing me there. Yeah, so they're willing to see it through long term and actually break past the 4, 5, 6 week barrier, the initial phase when that buzz is real. Oh, I've just got a PT, I'm buzzing. You see minor changes, and then can you go on past that once that buzz is over? Because you're never always going to be motivated, but it's that discipline that keeps you going. Can you constantly, the best results come after 12 weeks in my opinion, depending what kind of result you're looking for. If it's muscle building, it can take longer than that. But yeah, the client needs to have commitment and consistency, and to be disciplined when times get tough. Do you have financial goals each month? Ooh, yes I do, but I'm going to keep that one secret. No, I always want to earn as much as I can. Who doesn't? My priority is getting results, and I feel like getting more results, more progress with clients, then probably leads to more inquiries, which, as I've said, I'm full at the minute, so I can't really do much more. But in terms of online coaching things, I can. So, and having different revenue streams is always good, I think. So not just having one-to-one, but having online coaching, having my challenge set up, having my online classes, having my classes in the gym on a Saturday, having numerous different streams of income is nice. And yeah, I've got financial goals, and I always strive to hit them every single month, the best I can, really. Do you ever see yourself going online coaching fully. I like the human interaction too much, one-to-one. I think working with people one-to-one is what I really enjoy, and having that, just learning more about people in person, and you sometimes become mates with them, do you know what I mean? So it's really nice to develop that kind of relationship. But in terms of online, maybe more clients in the future and less one-to-one, I'm not sure. But I think I'll always do my bread and butter just because I enjoy it so much. And obviously, when I'm naturally reducing my hours one-to-one, I do want clients that want results and want to commit and want to be consistent throughout. So yes, that is a priority, getting clients in one-to-one that are looking to get results and looking to actually achieve something, and not just waste their own time and mine. Like, as harsh as that sounds, I sometimes say to people at the consultation, don't waste your time, because and don't waste mine, do you know what I mean? It's one of them, if you're not going to commit to it, you're going to spend that amount of money. That's a waste. Like, I'd rather say to you, no, there's no point, because you're not going to commit. You've got 7 nights out coming up, you've got this, you've got that. It's like, you're not going to get results, and you're just spending money and wasting it, really. So yes, that is a good question. Maybe online in the future, but I'll still have one-to-one to some extent. What's the next question? Let's have a look. What age did you become a PT? I became a PT when I put on a post on my Instagram the other day, actually, of me walking around Paisley, just like, if anyone knows anyone who wants to get started, drop me a message, drop me an email or something like that. And you know what, I look back and I cringe at that video, but I had the confidence to go around, deliver flyers through people's doors, and just try and get clients. And that was, what, only 2.5 years ago. So how much has changed in that space of time? Like, it still baffles me, and I'm so grateful for it, like, to see how much business has grown and how I've changed as a person, and how, yeah, life's just so much better right now for me, physically, mentally. I was in my previous job getting to a point where I was getting anxious leaving the door, you know. I've never really suffered from anxiety, but I was looking at my bag packed to go and stay in a hotel, and I was like, I don't want to leave. I remember saying to Louise, like, I don't want to go, like, I need to pull a sickie. And then I ended up pulling a sickie, and that's when I went, right, this is my time now to get my flyers delivered, get out there and just start this, and try and get in a gym, get in a little studio and just start working. And I just went for it, posted for the full day, and that's when I started videoing myself, as you've seen on my Instagram. So what's your main takeaway lesson learned from having to adapt during lockdown? So for me, just changing everything to online. You can still get results online. We've shown that at MTM with the Fat Loss project. I've shown that with my online classes, how big an impact it can have. And yeah, there's more than one way of working as a PT. It's not just about one-to-one. You can work with people online, you can still help people get results, you can still work. So yeah, I think for me during lockdown, it was adapting in different ways and learning that it's not all one way of working as a personal trainer. There is so many other ways, and that's why I've got so many different avenues and income streams at the minute, such as my ebooks, my challenges, my glutes classes and things like that going on. And yeah, I plan to do more and open up more ideas in the coming years, so really looking forward to it. How old is Freddie, your dog, my beautiful dog? The best investment I've made, and hands down, like, he's the best money I've ever spent. I absolutely love him to bits, and I'm sure anyone who's got a dog will know that feeling of love you get from your dog and how much you want to return that. I just wish you could speak sometimes. Like, I think one day I'm going to try and get him to say hello. That's my goal. He can do most other things, so he's a clever little boy. Is he 8 months now? He's 8 months, I think, just over 8 months, so he's not even 1 yet. He's still a puppy. Still got his fangs in, top and bottom. He's still got two teeth, so I don't know if we're gonna have to get them out, but yeah, he's still a wee pup. Next question, best tips to build my glutes. Going back to the old glutes now, so best tips I would say, in terms of your training, you want to be covering 4 movement patterns. That's your squatting / lunging, you've got your bridging, which is glute bridges, hip thrusts, single leg hip thrusts, things like that. Then you've got your hinge, which is your Romanian deadlifts. You've got your back extension, things like that. Then you've got abduct, which is like banded lateral walks, the abduction machine, those sort of things. So that's in terms of your training. Make sure you cover all them 4 bases to get maximal development in your glutes. And then in terms of your diet, to actually grow, you want to be in a calorie surplus. Yes, you can still grow muscle in a slight deficit, of course you can, but you're going to have more of a chance if you're in a calorie surplus and you're eating more and fueling your muscles to grow. So find out your maintenance calories and then add on, let's say 2 to 3, maybe even 200 to 300 calories above that. And if you're not putting on half a pound, let's say every month, then you want to be increasing that. Just monitor your weight slightly, but I prefer to go off photos. So go off your progress photos, see if you're seeing changes. Are you feeling stronger in the gym? This is all things that you need to look at when you're measuring your progress, not just scales. I actually hate the scales, to be honest. So one last question is, how long are you away in Tenerife for? I've actually only come for 4 nights, just to get a bit of sun, get away from the UK, because everyone's talking about COVID all the time, me included. You get drawn into it, and it's what else can we talk about at the minute, and you see it on the news all the time. That's why I was saying the other day on my story, just don't watch the news, especially when you wake up or go to bed. It's like, it's draining, man. It is so draining, and it's just fed to you all the time. So to come here, get away and just sit by the sea is just nice. Do you know what I mean? That is us done. Tenerife, see you later. There we go. So guys, I'm back from, wait for that to unblur, back from Tenerife, and what an amazing little break I had. Answered your questions on the beach. I asked the questions on my Instagram story, and you asked some great questions, and I hope I covered them well. I was a little bit hungover at the time, so excuse if I'm in and in all the time, trying to think about what I'm saying. But it was nice to just sit there and actually just chat through your questions, and I hope I answered them as well as I could. So I'm back now. A lot of people have been asking me what Tenerife was actually like, and I've had a few messages saying they're looking to book in December, and honestly, go for it. Like, if you want my honest opinion, like, I loved it. It was time for me to reset, recharge, and just get away from here for a bit. No other negative just chat that everyone's talking about in the news and stuff, and just get away and not watch any of that, or try not to speak about it as much. Obviously when you're there, you do see it still, and people are wearing masks. And one thing that I'd say is different over there is you have to wear masks while you're out and about. Some people don't, but the police are driving about and stuff, and we was told basically at least have your mask on and like pull it up when you need to, so to speak, but you should be wearing it on the streets basically. In the restaurants it's same as here. Round the pool, when you walk into the bar, you have to give me kisses. Love you too, love you too. You have to wear the mask as well. Say hello, say hello, hello. So you have to wear the mask as well around the pool, to the bar and things like that. You can take it off when you're at your sun lounger, when you sat down having a meal, when you're in a bar, things like that. So if that's something that would annoy you, then don't go. But it's really not that annoying in the grand scheme of things. You're in a hot country enjoying the sun. I think the perks of going by far outweigh the negatives of wearing a mask a little bit more than here. And yeah, half the island in Tenerife, I'm not sure if it's the same in the rest of the Canaries, half the island was kind of shut. A lot of the bars were shut, and Jason, who I went with, who usually goes quite a bit, said that like a lot of it was shut and closed down, and that it's usually a lot busier. But for me, I quite enjoyed the peaceful side of it, and how much quieter it probably was to normally going on holiday when there's tourists everywhere. It was quite nice just to get away and have it a little bit quieter than normal. But I definitely missed this guy while I was away. But yeah, I definitely recommend it, guys. It was a good trip, and if you're feeling the same, like you need a little break from everything and you're fine to go, then do it. So yeah, if you enjoyed the vlog, guys, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe click. That would be amazing. I'd absolutely love that. I appreciate everyone so far viewing my vlogs and just liking and just engaging with my YouTube. I want to grow this YouTube channel, as I've said, and you doing that is helping me just continue to do this. And I'm not getting anything for this, as I've said. It's a hobby, a passion project, and I'm loving it so far. Really enjoying just getting myself on camera a bit more, and just getting used to having a camera in my face. As I said before, it's quite daunting, but yes, I'm rambling on a bit now, so hope you enjoyed the vlog. Subscribe, like, I would massively appreciate it. Speak soon, and the next vlog will be in a couple of weeks time. Hope you enjoyed it.